I know you keep up with the commentary game, not just in professional wrestling, but in traditional sports as well. And we just saw this past Monday the debut of a pretty big time announcer. Joe Tessitore debuted on Monday Night Raw. He is now the voice of Monday Night Raw along with Wade Barrett. You got to assume Michael Cole is helping produce him in the back, but this is a big get for WWE. He, of course, is a big time broadcaster who's called major fights for top ranked boxing. He's called BCS championship games for college football. He's called Monday Night Football. And now he's calling professional wrestling. With them having both Pat McAfee and now Joe Tessitore, it does feel like this is about as advertiser friendly as you can get, I think, according to Eric Bischoff. What would you say?
I say Eric's right. Tessitore is a solid hand. He's a good announcer. My only question will be how much product knowledge can he acquire in the short length of time? Wrestling fans are picky with their announcing. They know what they like, what they don't like. When you mispronounce somebody's name or you say the wrong name, whatever, we act like it's a federal crime. It isn't. It's just human error. And this game is done by humans. That's the last I looked. Tessitore's got great experience. He'll do a good job. Again, the one thing that I'm waiting on is to see how much product knowledge that he has acquired since he made his deal with WWE. But he is a good addition, no doubt. He's a good addition to their team.
I'm excited to see what this means for WWE. You know, it really didn't click for me until we were talking with Eric this week, and he said, "Hey, this is great for their advertisers. This is a move to try to lure advertisers in because there is at least, some credibility with some of these names that maybe the buyers who are buying these ads they're more familiar with. Like, respectfully, everyone in wrestling knows Wade Barrett, but do people outside of wrestling know Wade Barrett?" And that's a fair criticism, or not even a criticism. It's just a good point.
Yeah.
If you're trying to get mainstream media buyers who are used to buying sports, so they buy tennis or they buy golf or they buy baseball or football, or hell, they buy Big Bang Theory reruns. If they're not in the wrestling bubble, maybe they don't know of a former wrestler like a Corey Graves, who's now done a fabulous job for WWE. If he hasn't called other things they might be familiar with, maybe they don't see the value. But for Joe Tessitore, maybe that does bring in a premium for him to do a VO for Skittles or what have you. I think that's a way of looking at this that maybe a lot of us wrestling fans don't usually think about.
Well, that guy a long time ago that did the Skittles commercial left a mark.
Yeah, he did.
And I hope those guys do well. McAfee's gone for a while, I'm assuming, during football season.
That's right.
I don't know the whole story there, but he's a very multi-talented guy as well with a lot on his plate. So Tessitore will be good there. And all he's got to do is listen to his partner. And it sounds simplistic. And it sounds overly simplistic, perhaps, to some. But all he's got to do is connect the dots between he and his partner and let it roll and have some fun. I don't overthink it. But we'll know sooner enough when we hear him work. When we hear him work more than just an intro to a piece or a video or something like that, to actually call a match bell to bell. How does he sound? What kind of story is he telling? Are you keeping me up to date with what I'm seeing? So it's a challenging job. I can tell you from experience, it's a challenging job. But I think it was a good hire. He's got a good look and he's young and got a lot of years left. So hopefully it'll be a great hire for them at the end of the day. And maybe somewhere along the way, people will start taking more, listening closer to the announcers, because I think we do play a key role.
Yes.
In what's going on, telling that story. So good for Joe. Congratulations to him. I wish you nothing but the best of luck. I had a great run there for over 20 years, and I don't regret any of it. It was just it was a great experience, and I'm sure he'll have a great experience as well if he applies himself and doesn't feel like that he's quote unquote lowering the bar on his assignment. I'm doing wrestling now. No, you're a sports entertainment announcer, and you're a storyteller, and you're going to keep me informed and keep me excited about what I'm seeing. And if he can get all that together in a short length of time, it's like these guys. My friend Trent Williams played football at Oklahoma, big number 71 on the left tackle for the 49ers. Uh, he's The question was, what kind of shape is he going to be in 5 days of practice? Well, I don't have any idea. He's a big monster of a guy. He's the best left tackle in football, without question. But what kind of physical shape is he going to be in? How much can he give you with not that long a time to prepare? So I don't know the answer to Trent Williams' question. I don't know the answer to Joe Tessitore. But the one thing's for sure, we're going to find out the answers to both those questions much sooner than later.
I wanted to know, because listen, you saw it firsthand. When they tried to slide Michael Cole into your spot, fans really pushed back. They did not want that. They wanted JR back, and Lord bless them for that.
Yeah.
But I think you would agree. Hey, it's not like Michael Cole did anything wrong. It's not like it was his choice. Someone else made the choice.
Right.
And we as fans didn't give Mike Adamle much rope either. Like very quickly.
Well, there was a good reason for that, Conrad. He had no talent.
Well, he also had some brain issues, and maybe some memory issues. But I'm curious from your perspective. When it comes to Joe, we know Joe does have talent. And as you said, it is going to come down to how much product knowledge does he have. Respectfully, I don't think there's any chance he knows as much about wrestling as a lot of the hardcore smart wrestling fans who are watching the show. So how much leeway do we give there? Because he does have to learn here. There is a learning curve.
Right.
Like, what would be if you were the guy making the call here? We got to give a guy a chance to make some mistakes and get better and evolve and learn and adapt and just settle in. Is that 90 days? Is that 6 months? Is that a year? What do you think that looks like?
I think it's going to take him a year to get his feet on the ground and to get comfortable in his setting. That's what I think. And I might be overstating it. He may be a quick study and in 6 months or 3 months. But it's going to take some time to get in a groove, find your timing. And announcing is all about timing, in my opinion. And I said this to my partners over the years. It sounds egocentric. Just listen to me, and I'll bring you to your point. I'll get you to where we want to go, and then you take it over from there with your part of your part of the broadcast. So it's hard to say, Connie. I know the standards of announcing a big pay-per-view have risen, and he'll have a lot of pressure on him, whether he wants to admit it or anybody else wants to admit it or not. But with Cole, if Cole is in his ear, that will help him immensely, because that's what I did for Cole back in the day, and it seemed like it worked out real well for him. So a talented dude, and Cole will be a great asset to help Tessitore evolve into the announcer that they are looking to have and that they need.